What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of BTBRV Rants. Let's jump straight into the questions. So the first question is from a subscriber that wants me to talk about diesel exhaust fluid and some of the reasons why it could cause a vehicle to all of a sudden be limited to a certain speed and a certain distance before needing to get the system repaired. So one of the main reasons why you might have a problem with diesel exhaust fluid and you might be getting some of these error codes is primarily because the diesel exhaust fluid you're probably putting in your truck is old. Basically, it's been sitting on a shelf for months and it's starting to crystallize. Once you pour that inside of your truck, it clogs the pump and you're going to get an error because it's no longer able to feed the diesel exhaust fluid from the tank into your SCR or your select catalyst reduction system. Now, all of that being said, where is the best place to purchase diesel exhaust fluid? Generally truck stops or places that sell and go through a lot of it, mainly because they cycle through the freshest diesel exhaust fluid they can, and more times than not, you're getting a pretty new product. So if you happen to be near a truck stop, if you happen to be able to get access to a truck stop or a place that services large vehicles, that's typically the place where you're going to want to get your diesel exhaust fluid. It's not going to have as high a risk of crystallizing, and it will definitely reduce the risk of you being stuck in a situation where your truck requires you to clean out all of your diesel exhaust fluid and replace it with fresh stuff. Alright, so the next question is from a viewer asking, what size enclosed trailer would I recommend for a 2005 Nissan Titan SE Crew Cab? Now, I really wouldn't recommend a trailer with a gross vehicle weight rating over 5,000 pounds, which means the weight of the trailer plus everything you plan on loading in it. Depending what you plan on doing with this trailer is really going to dictate what size trailer you get. Okay, so the next question comes from a viewer who's asking if the new Expedition Max SUV is capable or would be a good SUV to tow a Forest River Surveyor 247 BHDS, which is a mid-size travel trailer bunkhouse. In my opinion, with an 8,500 pound gross vehicle weight rating of a trailer behind a truck with roughly the same tow capacity, you are way overdoing what you should be towing with that SUV. I would either go for a significantly smaller trailer or at least a lighter trailer or a larger tow vehicle. Okay, so the next couple of questions are related to the Clear Source water filtration system that we added to our RV. And the first question was related to water pressure. Did we see a reduction in water pressure? And oddly enough, we did not. I expected that the water pressure would have gone down slightly, but it really didn't. Secondly, somebody asked if I was going to send the filters off to a lab to have them analyzed. Unlikely to do that. I could do that, and I possibly might do that, but unlikely. It's just too much of an inconvenience when I kind of know what the filtration system is designed to do, so I kind of live under the belief that it's working. At least, even if it removes a small amount of impurities, it's doing a good job. Also, do I take the filters out when we're not using the RV? Absolutely. What I do with them is I take them out, I put them in the sink in the RV, and let them essentially drain into the gray tank in the sink, which is only going to be a real small amount of water that's just held in the filters themselves. I keep a dehumidifier also inside of the RV just to help regulate and prevent any excessive moisture buildup inside of the RV when we're not using it. Now, the next question comes from a subscriber that's asking, what is the best size axle ratio for towing a fifth wheel with either a Ford F-350 or a Ram 3500 diesel four-wheel drive crew cab truck? That is not really the easiest question to answer because I don't know where you're going to be taking your fifth wheel, what type of roads you're going to be going on, if you're going to be going on inclines all the time, if you're going to be going through mountain passes. If you plan on taking it all over the country and it's a relatively heavy fifth wheel, let's say over 15,000 pounds, then it would be suggested you go with a lower gear ratio simply because it's going to give you more of that bottom end torque and power to get up those mountains and hills. If you're towing a relatively light fifth wheel, anywhere between 12 to 15 or even 16,000 pounds, you really don't need the lowest gear ratio available. Usually there's a middle gear ratio like a 373, which will give you a good mixture of towing capacity as well as fuel economy, but it's still going to give you the strength you need to get your fifth wheel up mountain passes and such. Basically, it's not going to apply torque to the ground quite as effectively as a lower gear ratioed vehicle. However, it's going to be more efficient at higher speeds. So if you're primarily towing over flat lands, then a slightly higher gear ratio is going to give you better fuel economy. It's going to be more efficient on your engine, which is really less wear and tear, but it may not give you quite the muscle to get up some of the larger hills and mountains. In most cases, you shouldn't have any problem at all, as long as as you're not, towing extremely heavy, as long as you're not going to fifth wheels and toy haulers that are 24 or 25,000 pounds, you should be just fine with the 373 gear ratio. Now the next question comes from a viewer asking why I use the Access roll-up bed cover instead of a hard cover like a Extang Solid Fold or a Retrax. And the real answer is because I want a bed cover that'll cover up the bed of the truck while at the same time still allowing me to use my 20-inch WeatherGuard toolbox and giving me the space I need to be able to hitch up to the fifth wheel whenever we plan on towing. So when you couple all of that together, there aren't a lot of options out there, and there are really no options when it comes to a hard bed cover, and that's really the reason why I've stuck with the Access bed cover. So the next question was from a subscriber who asked if a Armada or a Tahoe could tow that Jayco stick and tin trailer that I showed that was half-ton towable and had a gross vehicle weight rating of, I believe, about 5,500 pounds. And I really don't think you should have any issue depending on what Tahoe and Armada you have, because the tow rating differs slightly between different packages. So as long as your Armada or Tahoe has the tow package as well as the equipment to properly tow it, and you're using a weight distribution hitch, I don't think you should have any problem at all. Just keep in mind that there's a ton of variables that can affect how a vehicle tows, such as the weather, wind, the type of terrain you're driving over, driver skill, as well as how you've set up your weight distribution hitch. So assuming everything has been set up correctly and you're not driving in extreme winds or you're not driving in an area that is causing, a more stressful towing experience, as well as your skill in towing, you should be fine with those SUVs. But without knowing all of those other factors, I couldn't give you a definitive yay or nay. Okay, so that's all the time I have for questions today. If you have a question, leave it in the comments section below. You can email it to me or you can put it on my Facebook. I can't guarantee that I'll get to them all, and I apologize if I didn't get to your specific question. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to this channel and to my main channel, Big Truck Big RV. We'll talk to you soon.